A common frustration that I see in clients is this self-defeatist voice in their heads. Is this something that you're currently struggling with? Then this is the video to watch. Let's get it.
Yeah. I'm inspired. I'm inspired.
Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumedh Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy. I'm a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. I'm most known for the book TPM, or Theatrical Plasticity Method, the course on Udemy called Verbal Vinyasa, as well as Master Mentors program called How to Live in Flow. Obviously, I also have certain programs called Flow Sapien, Primal Sutra, and many others. Now, you might have this self-defeatist voice in your head, but you might not even know the reason why you have it in the first place. A lot of the times this happens from our own internal critic. And our internal critic is oftentimes created from an external critic. Usually it's from the time growing up. That means if your parents' reaction was more absent in your upbringing, you will get this avoidance or this defeatist voice in your head. Things like, oh, it'll never work, I'm not good enough, that's not for me, I can't do that, it won't ever work out the way I want to. This kind of mindset primarily comes from an absent parental reaction. Now, there can be another way that also sets you up to feel like you're lost later on in life, which is if your parents coddle you too much or if they spoil you too much, okay? Then you're going to grow up in your adult life thinking that you always have a scapegoat. You grow up expecting to be bailed out of certain situations and taking zero accountability and zero responsibility for your life. This leads the child to distract themselves from a bad mood using compulsions like procrastination, gambling, drinking, whatever it is. Sometimes the best healing you can do for a self-defeatist voice is to change your own self-perception, to change the way that you see yourself. I had a particular client who came to me to deal with one of their very traumatic memories that they kept getting over and over again. And the way that they were trying to handle this is they were trying to control the memory. Whenever it came up, they would always go back to this flashback in this past, and they would feel really bad in their own physical bodies, and they wouldn't be able to do anything with it. Now, according to Dr. Bessel, there is a combination approach that you can do for trauma, right? One is to have the person think of the trauma and do something called EMDR, where you just put your finger like this in front of their eyes, okay? What this will do is they'll understand that, hey, yes, there is this thing that has happened, but it's not happening to me now. Right now, I'm scanning my environment, which is something that we do naturally, right, to make sure that there's no threat. And that calms us down, reminding us that we are okay. Also, he mentions that theater can be very, very healing as well, because you are putting your body into different characters, different positions, where you can see your self-perception in different ways. And it's actually breaking down that ego preservation mechanism of like, I'm me, and like I have to be like this, and I have to do this particular way. And that perfectionism or that self-defeatist voice kind of keeps you captivated, right? Rather than free, open, expressive. Once you know that, okay, this is what has caused my self-defeatist voice, and whenever that self-defeatist voice comes up, it's there for your protection. So understand, it's a caretaker, okay? It's there trying to protect you. But maybe it doesn't understand your evolutionary goals towards your flow state potential. You want to find as many ways as you can to remind yourself that all those things that happened in my past are now over. Okay, they were real for me then, but they're not my reality now. One of the best ways is having a teacher, a mentor, or a coach motivate you, inspire you, and pull you towards a more positive direction. I love making these videos because I would have needed these videos when I was younger. I know that whatever you've done in life, okay, unless you did something completely horrendous, like I know that, that story of that just killed, 19 people in Texas or whatever, right? That whole story kind of makes me think of that whole idea of coddling, and like, the mom is saying, he had every reason to do what he did. What is the justification for that? What reason do you have for killing 19 kids? I'm sorry, but what? Okay? This is an example of just bad parenting, okay? Don't judge them, I'm just a bad mother, you let my son slide. We can't live in a culture like that. We gotta take responsibility for our actions, okay? Even if it is, mental health or whatever, hey, this person needs some help. Okay, whatever it was, there's no justification for killing people like that. Besides that, I feel very strongly about that, I understand. I know that there is a goodness in you that the world needs. I can 100% say that there is a goodness, there is a purity, there is truth in you that the world really needs right now. You deserve to be on this planet, and I'm going to assure that I guide you through that. We need you. We need you not only at the Flow Zone Academy or the Flow Jedis, but we also need you as a valuable member who's giving back, who's contributing, who's sharing something meaningful, where they're actually leaning into and living through their happiness, through their vibration. If someone needs to hear this video, let's say a cousin of yours or someone else, please make sure that you comment on the video, like the video, share the video, subscribe to my channel, because this is what we're doing. We're causing a ripple effect so more people have access to this information, so they can tap into their flow state and stay in momentum and not live a wasted life. Not live a life where you're holding yourself back all the time and constantly diminishing yourself and defeating yourself in your own mind. That voice of the critic has got to be overpowered by the voice of the coach in your mind. What does the voice of the coach sound like? You can do it. I've got this. My turn. Let's go. Nothing can stop me now. It's all mine. That's the voice of the coach. So if you can start speaking to yourself like that daily, hypnotize yourself like that daily, you're going to give yourself that momentum again, because you understand that this is a game of self-talk. If you can manage and override the self-talk, okay, eventually the subconscious mind is going to change from the conscious suggestions. But it's got to feel real to you. So you got to really speak to yourself real and find the real positivity in the situation, not a fake positivity. If you need more help specifically with your self-defeating voice, you can always send me a message on Instagram, and then from there we can get on a one-on-one call where I actually pinpoint like what is some of the reasons that you're doing this and you're stuck in that pattern, and what are some ways that we can reprogram your subconscious to get you out of that old pattern into a new life where you're flowing and making it sustainable for yourself. Let's get it today. I hope this video helped you out today. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. Let's get it today.